The U.S. Department of Education defines Title IX as no person in the United States shall, on the basis of sex, be excluded from participation in, be denied the benefits of, or subjected to discrimination under any education program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. Again, that's directly from the United States Department of Education. To break that down, Title IX pertains to any education program that receives federal funding. This includes local public schools, colleges, universities, technical colleges, private schools, etc. Any education program that receives federal funding. And it bars discrimination on the basis of sex. That definition from the U.S. Department of Education is derived directly from the 14th Amendment. The U.S. Department of Education's Office of Civil Rights, however, outlines a federally funded school's responsibilities. These responsibilities fall into a more common side of Title IX, and that is sexual harassment or sexual misconduct. To quote the Office of Civil Rights, a school has a responsibility to respond promptly and effectively if a school knows or reasonably should know about sexual harassment or sexual violence that creates a hostile environment. The school must take immediate action to eliminate the sexual harassment or sexual violence, prevent its reoccurrence, and address its effects. If a student or his or her parent does not want to file a complaint or does not request that the school take any action on the student's behalf, if a school knows or reasonably should know about possible sexual harassment or sexual violence, it must promptly investigate to determine what occurred and then take appropriate steps to resolve the situation. A criminal investigation into allegations of sexual harassment or sexual violence does not relieve the school of its duty under Title IX to resolve complaints promptly and equitably. Again, that outline of the responsibilities for a federally funded school comes from the U.S. Department of Education's Office of Civil Rights. And in my experience, Title IX is most commonly cited on college campuses, although it pertains to all federally funded schools. College campuses are just where it's most often cited. Title IX is impressed upon college freshmen before they even start classes and reminded to students throughout their time in college. Unfortunately, Title IX is most commonly used after a tragic incident of sexual misconduct or sexual violence. But thankfully, there is a continuing sense of education and studying on this and the effects of sexual violence. And according to the Yale Daily News, there were 180 Title IX cases at Yale University in 2020. And then in 2021, it dropped to 152 cases. Again, that's according to Yale Daily News. And although that 152 cases is still a lot of cases, that is a significant drop of 30 cases from 2021 to 2022. The article also mentions that the data reflects a national average, that there has been a downturn in Title IX cases in recent years, which is good. There is a sad part of Title IX, in addition to the sexual misconduct, and that is false claims due to the sensitivity of sexual harassment. All claims need to be taken seriously, and false claims have a tendency to water that down. And it just is an unfortunate occurrence that can create a cycle, and this cycle is a product of the Me Too movement, where it has a great purpose, and it just can be used as a weapon to totally destroy an innocent individual. And we can see that in sports, where a player or a teammate or an opposing teammate or something like that, if there's an issue there, Title IX can be used to take out that individual, and it just destroys an innocent individual. And it can just get twisted and sick But the nice thing is that athletes are protected throughout their time in sports while they're playing for a school. So that is the benefit of Title IX in sports.